Let's talk a little bit about, because there is also another side of the gig economy that we should touch upon, which is the delivery drivers. Delivery drivers have absolutely no protection whatsoever, right? Because Uber Eats, through their Uber Eats arm, Grubhub, DoorDash, none of these companies have coverage period 1, 2, or 3, right?
Yeah,
So, do you represent these types of drivers, and what should they do? I mean, give them some ideas of how to protect themselves.
yeah, we do represent delivery drivers, and the idea is similar. You want to adequately protect yourself from the beginning. So you need to go to your insurance company and again tell them that you plan on engaging in this work. And there's specific endorsements that you can take out on your personal policy that actually do provide coverage to you when you're working a gig job. Like I said, it will cost you a little bit more money, but that's a cost of doing business. And an extra, 25, 30, even $50 a month is worth it because it's going to keep you on the road. You're going to be much happier spending that extra money on a per month basis as opposed to losing your job entirely because of a fender bender and finding yourself without an opportunity to earn anything. So,
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it's to me. I read an article actually the other day that this lady got into a crash, and she was just doing deliveries, and her cost was $25,000, and she was under the impression, and it made national news actually. She was under the impression that she was covered. The damage was $25,000 to her car, and then now she doesn't know what to do, right? So while we're at the topic of this, I think one of the most important things that we can emphasize on this channel, and you probably yourself, as a legal advocate, would be dash cams, right? I mean, proof of the pudding is right. You know, a picture is worth a million words. Okay. To me, I have one Display Ride. If you want to touch upon that collaboration you guys have gone with Display Ride as well, go right ahead. But tell us how important it is for any gig worker to have a dash cam available to them.
yeah, no, we know the guys at Display Ride well, and we're a big fan of what they're doing. And dash cams in general are just really the second, if not 1A to insurance policies in terms of purchases that every rideshare driver should make. Every car should be installed with a dash cam. We think that the rideshare companies and gig companies should provide them, but that's another point, for another day. Um, we have had cases where people have been catastrophically injured. We're talking surgeries, permanent limitations, never going to work again. And the dash cam was the difference between a successful claim and an unsuccessful claim. The camera does not lie. It is the best evidence that we have. It doesn't matter how good your lawyer is or how strong I can argue. If the evidence isn't in our favor, it's really hard. And dash cameras are just going to provide that additional evidence that can show you didn't do anything wrong. It will show your version of the events. It will show who ran the red light when both people are saying, no, it was him, no, it was her. Um, I cannot recommend it enough. And it's not that expensive, guys.
Yeah.
It's, for under $100, it's a one-time purchase. You can have a forward-facing and a rear-facing uh, dash cam. It protects you from unwanted harassment in the car. When people see the camera, they don't tend to bother people as much. It protects you when an accident occurs, and I'm asking you how we're going to prove that it's that you weren't at fault. It's so important, and I cannot stress it enough.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing with the dash cam is that it probably quickens the process, right? For you guys. I mean, the evidence is right there, either the driver's fault or not the driver's fault. And you probably can settle cases a lot quicker.
It's true, and it also enhances the value of the case. So when we can show the severity of a crash, in the insurance company knows that if we go to court on it, we're going to be able to show that video to a jury. They're willing to pay more money. They're willing to look at your, 6 weeks of physical therapy. And instead of just saying, well, we'll give you the medical bills, they think, boy, this is not going to look good in front of a jury. We're going to give them a bunch more pain and suffering so that the lawyer's willing to, settle the case and avoid, an extended process. So you're absolutely right, Sergio. It adds dollars and it saves time.
Yeah, great. So one thing, I was in a Lyft period 3 accident with a hit and run 4 years ago. I was sidelined for 4 months because that's how long it took to fix my car with their 2,500 deductible. Lyft wouldn't help, obviously. So give us a quick example of a case, let's say, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
That Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, whoever it was, that they were just going to take their hands off and say, "You're on your own, buddy. Go ahead, do what you need to do." So give us an example of that, how you were able to help a driver in need, and then what the results were.
Yeah, I'll give you an example that we just had. So we had a driver with a passenger in the car. So period 3, there was a collision at an intersection. Both drivers were saying that they had the green light, pointing the finger at one another. We were able to, and I should say our driver was severely injured. He spent about a month in the hospital. So as he was in the hospital, and all the insurance companies were saying, we're not going to provide coverage here because we can't tell who was at fault, we were actually able to go out to the scene, find surveillance camera footage, gather all that evidence, send it over to the insurance companies, and have them in a matter of a couple weeks take this situation from a he said, she said, we're not providing coverage, to a policy limits case where they just paid out. They said, okay, we're going to total out your vehicle and replace it, with the next model, essentially. We are going to pay all your medical expenses. We understand that you're off work for an extended period of time. Here is the policy. And when the driver came to us, he was, barely even able to talk given his condition, but he was so stressed out about how am I going to put food on the table for my family that I just said, sir, let me take the reins on this. You concentrate on getting better. And within a matter of weeks, it was all taken care of. So, not everything happens that fast, but I think it's just a really good example of how bringing on an advocate and somebody who sees these claims every single day and talks to the insurance companies every single day can make a huge difference in the outcome, in the speed, and, the money that gets into your pocket and into your family's pocket to get you through a really difficult time.
Yeah, that's obviously, that's what you do, and see, this is the problem with a lot of drivers. A lot of drivers, I think, are scared, to be honest with you, of confronting Uber and Lyft. They're thinking, oh, they're going to deactivate me, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. That's not important, right? The important thing is you have rights, that you're being underrepresented or you're not being represented at all, and you try to deal with it yourself. Good luck. I tried to deal with it myself, and I learned my lesson. I would never do it again. God forbid if I get in another crash. So, if you want to summarize, right? We understand what your services are. We understand what you represent. To me, the important thing is rideshare drivers, delivery drivers. They're all undercovered, basically, because their regular policies are going to definitely take their hands off the case if there's an accident. Say, hey, that's a commercial business, not going to touch it. They may even kick them off their own insurance. So if you give us a summary of, again, what you do, why is it so important that rideshare drivers should chase their own rights as opposed to just lay over and listen to Uber and Lyft?
Yeah. So again, LegalRideshare, we are personal injury attorneys, but we are focused on the ride sharing gig economy. So we have been in this space for almost a decade now. We have risen up at the same time that you guys have. We came onto the scene when Lyft was still putting the huge pink mustaches on the front of cars. So we've seen how the world has changed, and we have grown with the rideshare driver and the gig worker. We protect drivers and fight for drivers who have been injured in car accidents, injured while working, and we fight the insurance companies. As Sergio was alluding to, there's, for some reason, rideshare and gig workers, they're often afraid to ask for help, and that's something we've noticed. You got to come to us early. You've got to come to us as soon as something happens, because that's when we can be most helpful. That's how we can help steer you in the right direction to say the right things to the insurance companies, to go talk to the doctor and give the right description of the accident so that he can link up your injuries to the collision. Help us help you by calling us right away. Consultations are always free, meaning it costs nothing to talk to me. I will, if you call up Legal Rideshare, you will get me on the phone and we can talk about the event. We can talk about how it happened, what your rights are, the fact that you're not going to lose your job just because you file an insurance claim. That doesn't happen. There's no reason to not take advantage of the legal service and the advocacy that Legal Rideshare prides itself in and has provided for so long.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing that we need to touch upon is, as you just mentioned, there's a free consultation, right? And you will tell the driver, look, this is not something we want to handle, but we can guide you how to handle your case, right? If it's a smaller case. The other thing is, I know you're in Chicago. There were actually a couple of questions. They said, one said, I need a lawyer, and the other one said, there you go. So exactly, Chris. So how do we handle cases that are nationwide, right? Obviously, accidents are not just happening in Chicago, they're happening everywhere else.
Right. So Legal Rideshare has a national presence. I am based in Chicago. Our attorneys are licensed in Illinois, but we have, first of all, contacts nationwide, where I've got lawyers in every single state that I trust and that if necessary, I can connect you with. But the vast majority of time, when somebody from California reaches out to us or somebody from Indiana or you name it, we are able to walk them through the claim so that we can either provide them answers, we can help them with the insurance claims process ourselves, or we can put them in touch with a lawyer in their state if that becomes necessary. So we are here to represent and to help drivers everywhere. The distance between us, whether it's California or Hawaii or you name it, don't let that stop you. I'm here to take your call and I'm here to answer your questions.
Well, we appreciate you coming on today. Seriously, it's a very, very important question. And to us, we couldn't have picked a better partner for Show Me the Money Club. So we appreciate your support. And if there is anything else you want to add or finish, by saying, you could go right ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I would just end with, you can reach us at LegalRideshare.com. You can email us at help@LegalRideshare.com. You can message us on any of our social media. We are accessible. So, don't be a stranger and don't wait to ask for that consultation.
Great. We appreciate it. Chris, if there's anything else you want to add, I'm sure their website info is on our show notes, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you want to contact Legal Rideshare through any of their means, all of their information is in the description. So whether you just want to have it in your phone, that's probably the best thing to do right now. If you haven't gotten into an accident, but if you're in an accident, obviously get hold of these guys right away. But yeah, put it in your phone. And then in the event something does happen, you have it right in your phone, open it up, give them a call, and they can help you from there.
Well, Brian, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again. Great information as usual. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Take care.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your day, Brian.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.